Have you ever felt your legs just aren't as strong as they used to be? That simple task like walking upstairs, getting out of a low chair, or even just maintaining your balance feel like a monumental effort. It's a painful reality many of us face as we get older. This subtle but persistent weakening in our legs that can creep up on us almost unnoticed, until one day it's undeniably there. That feeling of shakiness, the fear of falling, or the sheer exhaustion after just a short walk. It can slowly but surely chip away at our independence and the joy we find in daily life. You might be diligently taking your supplements, eating what you think is right. And still, that leg weakness persists. But what if I told you that some things we think are helping us might actually be doing the opposite? That there are hidden pitfalls, even in something as seemingly harmless and beneficial as our daily vitamins. It might sound surprising, even a little shocking, but certain approaches to vitamin intake, especially as we age past 60, can inadvertently contribute to this very problem. They can undermine the strength and stability in your legs in ways you might never have imagined, sometimes even creating new issues while you're trying to prevent others. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 2 specific vitamin-related practices that, for many of us over 60, might actually be weakening our legs instead of truly strengthening them. We'll uncover why they're problematic and, most importantly, what you can do about it, so you can reclaim your strength, your confidence, and that wonderful feeling of steady, reliable legs. Stick with me until the very end, because what I'm about to share might completely change how you look at your supplement routine and surprise you with its simplicity, offering you a clearer path to stronger, more capable legs. Let's start with the first surprising culprit, something almost all of us consider essential for our bones and, therefore, by extension, our ability to stand and walk strongly: calcium. Now, don't get me wrong, calcium is absolutely vital. It's the building block of our bones and plays a critical role in nerve and muscle function. We've been told for years, and rightly so, that we need enough calcium to prevent osteoporosis, to keep our skeleton robust as we age. The problem isn't calcium itself. The real issue, the one that can inadvertently undermine your leg strength, lies in the way we often approach calcium supplementation, especially when it's seen as a standalone solution, or taken in isolation without considering its full metabolic journey and the equally important role of other factors. Many of us, myself included at one point, fall into the trap of thinking, my bones need calcium, so I'll just take a calcium pill. And that's that. We diligently pop our daily tablet, feeling assured that we're doing our best for our skeletal health. But here's where the subtle weakening can begin, when that focus on calcium alone distracts us from what our legs truly need to stay strong. Or when calcium isn't utilized by the body in the most effective way. Firstly, strong legs aren't just about strong bones. They are profoundly about strong muscles. As we age, we naturally experience something called sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. This is one of the primary reasons our legs can feel weak, wobbly, or just not as capable as they once were. Simply taking a calcium supplement won't stop this muscle loss. In fact, if we put all our eggs in the calcium basket and neglect other crucial elements like adequate protein intake and regular resistance exercise, we're missing the most powerful tools we have to combat leg weakness. Imagine a beautiful house with a strong foundation, but flimsy walls and a leaky roof. That's a bit like having good bone density, but weak muscles surrounding those bones. Your legs need the power and stability that comes from well-nourished, well-exercised muscles to truly feel strong and reliable. Without that muscular support, even perfect bones can't give you the confidence you need. So, while calcium is keeping your bones robust, if you're not also consuming enough protein to build and repair muscle, or engaging in activities that challenge your leg muscles, like walking, climbing stairs, or even simple squats using your own body weight, then that calcium supplement isn't addressing the real root cause of your leg weakness. It creates a false sense of security, making you believe you're doing everything right for your legs, while the crucial muscular component quietly diminishes. Secondly, and this is where it gets a bit more nuanced, Even the calcium we do take needs a little help to get where it needs to go in the body. If you're taking calcium supplements, especially in higher doses, without enough vitamin D, your body won't absorb that calcium effectively. Vitamin D acts like the key that unlocks the door for calcium to enter your bloodstream from your gut. So, you could be taking all the calcium in the world. But if your vitamin D levels are low, much of it might just pass through your system without ever benefiting your bones. Furthermore, and this is often overlooked, without enough vitamin K2, the calcium absorbed might not always be directed to your bones and teeth, where it's needed. Instead, it can sometimes end up depositing in soft tissues, like your arteries, where it can contribute to stiffness and reduce elasticity. While this isn't a direct cause of immediate leg weakness, a less efficient circulatory system can certainly affect overall vitality, energy levels, and the long-term health of the tissues in your legs, making them feel less vibrant and capable over time. It's about ensuring that calcium is working for your legs, not potentially causing issues elsewhere or just passing through. It's a delicate dance of nutrients, and when one partner isn't pulling its weight, the whole performance suffers. So, what can you do about this? It's not about ditching calcium, but about smart, holistic management. First, prioritize getting calcium from real food sources whenever possible. Think dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese. Leafy green vegetables like kale and spinach. Fortified plant milks, and sardines. These sources often come with other beneficial nutrients that work synergistically. Second, ensure you have adequate vitamin D. This means safe sun exposure when possible. Or a vitamin D supplement. Especially if you live in a less sunny climate or spend a lot of time indoors. It's always a good idea to have your vitamin D levels checked by your doctor to know your baseline. Third, consider sources of vitamin K2. This often comes from fermented foods like natto, some cheeses, and organ meats. Or you can find it in supplements, often paired with vitamin D. And finally, perhaps most importantly for your legs, actively work on your protein intake and incorporate regular resistance exercise. Make sure you're getting enough high-quality protein in your diet. Chicken, fish, eggs, beans, lentils, nuts, to support muscle maintenance and growth. And for exercise. Even simple movements can make a world of difference. Try standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 to 15 times. Or walking up and down stairs if you have them. Use light weights or resistance bands. Even just walking more consistently is a form of resistance for your legs. Remember, strong muscles are the foundation of strong, stable legs, and a calcium supplement alone just can't build them. I remember a friend, bless her heart, who was so diligent with her calcium pills. She had a whole drawer full of different brands, but she rarely lifted anything heavier than her teacup, and her diet was pretty sparse when it came to protein. She'd complain constantly about her legs feeling like jelly, and she often stumbled. It wasn't until she started focusing on protein-rich meals and simple resistance exercises that she began to truly feel a difference. Her calcium supplements finally had a stronger framework of muscle to support. It's all about creating that whole body synergy. Now that we've talked about how our approach to calcium might not be serving our legs as well as we think, let's turn our attention to another surprising suspect. One that can directly cause weakness and discomfort in your legs in a way you might not expect. The second vitamin we need to talk about. One that can directly cause problems with leg strength and sensation if you're not careful. Is vitamin B6. Now, just like calcium, vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, is absolutely essential for our health. It plays a crucial role in over 100 enzyme reactions in the body, impacting everything from protein metabolism and red blood cell formation to nerve function and brain health. It helps convert food into energy, aids in the creation of neurotransmitters, and supports our immune system. So, why would something so vital be on a list of worst vitamins for your legs? The danger here isn't in B6 itself, but in excessive intake, particularly from high-dose supplements, which can ironically lead to a condition called peripheral neuropathy. Peripheral neuropathy is a type of damage to the peripheral nerves, which are all the nerves outside of your brain and spinal cord. These nerves are the communication lines between your central nervous system and the rest of your body, including your legs, feet, hands, and arms. When these nerves are damaged, they can't transmit signals properly, leading to a range of symptoms. And one of the most concerning symptoms, especially for those over 60, is significant weakness, numbness, and tingling in the extremities, prominently in the feet and legs. Imagine the intricate network of wires that connect your brain to your legs, telling your muscles when to contract, and sending back sensory information about where your feet are on the ground. When these wires get damaged or short-circuited by too much B6, those signals become muffled or completely cut off. You might experience a persistent tingling sensation, like pins and needles, or a burning pain that seems to come from nowhere. But perhaps even more concerning is the progressive numbness, where you start to lose sensation in your feet, making it harder to feel the ground beneath you, leading to an increased risk of falls. And then there's the weakness. The muscles in your legs might not respond as effectively, leading to a feeling of fatigue, heaviness, or outright loss of strength. Simple actions like lifting your foot to clear a step, standing up from a seated position, or maintaining balance while walking can become incredibly difficult and even dangerous. This isn't just a slight weakening. Severe cases can significantly impact your mobility and independence, making you rely on walking aids or even limiting your ability to walk at all. This B6-induced neuropathy is often dose-dependent, meaning the higher the dose and the longer you take it, the greater the risk. Many people don't realize that standard B-complex vitamins or even standalone B6 supplements can contain significantly higher amounts than the body actually needs, especially if they are taking multiple supplements or fortified foods. The recommended daily allowance for B6 for adults over 50 is around 1.7 mg for men and 1.5 mg for women. Yet, many supplements on the market contain 50 mg, 100 mg, or even 500 mg of B6, sometimes without clear warnings about the potential for toxicity at these high levels, particularly when used long-term. Your body typically excretes excess water-soluble vitamins like B6 through urine. But beyond a certain point, the detoxification pathways can become overwhelmed, leading to a buildup that becomes neurotoxic. So, how can you avoid this silent attacker of leg strength? The key is awareness and moderation. First, if you're taking any B-complex vitamins or individual B6 supplements, take a moment to carefully check the dosage on the label. Compare it to the recommended daily allowance. If it's significantly higher, especially if it's in the hundreds of milligrams, consider discussing it with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional. They can help you determine if such high doses are truly necessary for any specific medical condition you might have, or if a lower, safer dose would be more appropriate. Secondly, prioritize getting your B6 from food sources whenever possible. Nature provides B6 in balanced, easily utilized forms, and it's virtually impossible to get toxic levels from diet alone. Excellent sources include poultry, fish like salmon and tuna, potatoes, bananas, chickpeas, and fortified cereals. Incorporating these foods into your regular diet will ensure you get all the B6 your body needs without the risk of overdoing it. Thirdly, be mindful of combination supplements. Sometimes B6 can be hidden in various multivitamins, energy, formulas, or nerve support supplements. Add up all your sources to get a true picture of your total daily intake. And perhaps most importantly, if you start experiencing any new or worsening symptoms like numbness, tingling, burning sensations, or unexplained weakness in your feet or legs, especially if you're on a high-dose B6 supplement, do not hesitate to consult your doctor immediately. They can help identify the cause, which might be B6 toxicity, and guide you on the necessary steps to take, which often involves discontinuing the high-dose supplement and allowing your body to recover. I heard a story recently about a gentleman who was convinced he needed more energy, so he started taking a powerful B-complex supplement that was marketed for vitality. He initially felt a boost, but after a few months, he started noticing a strange tingling in his feet, then a persistent numbness, and soon, his legs just felt unreliable, as if they weren't fully his own. Walking became a conscious, difficult effort. It turned out his high-dose B6 was the culprit. Once he stopped the supplement under his doctor's guidance, his symptoms gradually improved, though it took time. It was a powerful lesson that more isn't always better, especially with vitamins. So, we've explored how misunderstood calcium practices and excessive B6 can subtly or directly impact the strength and sensation in your legs. But understanding these pitfalls is just the beginning. The real power lies in taking positive, proactive steps to nurture your leg health. And that's what we'll talk about now, bringing everything together for a stronger, more confident you. We've journeyed through some surprising truths today, uncovering how what we think are beneficial vitamin practices can sometimes, inadvertently, be a disservice to our leg strength. We learned that simply popping a calcium pill isn't the full story for strong bones and muscles. It's about the bigger picture of adequate protein, consistent activity, and ensuring calcium is properly utilized with partners like vitamin D and K2. And we discovered the hidden danger of excessive vitamin B6, which can, ironically, lead to nerve damage and weakness in our very own legs. A truly counterintuitive outcome for something meant to be beneficial. These insights aren't about villainizing vitamins or telling you to stop taking what helps you. Far from it. It's about being informed and empowered. It's about understanding the nuances of how our bodies, particularly as we age, process and utilize these essential nutrients, and recognizing that balance, dosage, and a holistic approach are far more important than simply more. Your body is an incredibly resilient and adaptive machine, and even small, thoughtful changes can make a profound difference to its function and your overall well-being. Think about the incredible freedom that comes with strong, stable legs. It's the ability to walk to the mailbox without a second thought, to climb stairs with confidence, to enjoy a leisurely stroll in the park, or to dance at a family celebration without that nagging worry about your balance or your legs giving out. It's about maintaining your independence, staying active in your community, and continuing to do the things you love. Whether it's gardening, playing with grandchildren, or simply navigating your own home safely and securely. That feeling of reliability in your own 2 feet is priceless, and it's absolutely within your reach. So, what are those positive, proactive steps that wrap all this wisdom into a practical plan? It begins with a balanced plate, rich in whole foods, prioritizing lean protein to fuel those leg muscles, and getting your vitamins and minerals primarily from dietary sources. Then, if supplements are part of your routine, make them smart choices. Work with your doctor to understand your specific needs. Get blood tests if necessary. And always read those labels. Being mindful of high dosages, especially with B6. And finally, remember the profound impact of movement, even gentle, consistent exercise, whether it's walking, dancing, chair exercises, or using light weights, is the fuel that keeps your leg muscles vibrant and strong. It's the essential partner to any nutritional strategy for leg health. Combine sensible nutrition with smart supplementation and consistent movement, and you are building a powerful fortress for your leg strength and overall vitality. I really want to hear from you. Have you experienced anything like what we've discussed today? Perhaps you've noticed unexplained weakness, or you've been on high-dose supplements and had a realization. What are your strategies for keeping your legs strong and steady as you navigate life after 60? Share your thoughts, your tips, your questions, and your personal experiences in the comments below. Your stories and insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to spark a change in their own health journey. If this video resonated with you, if it gave you some clarity or a new perspective on how to better support your leg health, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes genuinely help us reach more incredible people just like you who are looking to live their healthiest, strongest lives and stay independent. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, empowering advice for thriving at every age, because your health, your happiness, and your ability to live life to the fullest are truly our top priorities. Remember, getting older isn't about slowing down or accepting limitations. It's about getting smarter, more informed, and nurturing our bodies with wisdom and care. You deserve to feel strong, stable, and vibrant every single day. So, step out there with confidence, nurture those incredible legs, and live your best life at every age. You've got this.